Hi, my name is Basil Critchlow, and I am going to give you a short talk about how David has helped me. I was recommended to come and see David by a good friend of mine from his network to treat my severe hay fever symptoms. I managed to get hay fever from the month of April through to approximately September, October every year. I've had this from early childhood, and my reactions to hay fever are extremely severe. Everything from airways closing, skin swelling, difficulty in breathing, lots of symptoms of heavy asthma type, breathing difficulties. Hospitalization has happened on a number of occasions. The only medication that worked for me up until this time were steroid-based injections, the heavy Kenalog injections, as well as the steroid-based tablets, 180 milligrams and above. So that should hopefully give you an indication as to how severe my hay fever reactions were. To say that I was skeptical in coming to see David was a little bit of an understatement. There is no evidence I could read up on with regards to the chirokinetic practice. Certainly there are no tests based evidence out there for me to look into to get some foresight into what it is that was going to be implemented. But I put my trust in David since my symptoms were so severe for so long that I really had nowhere else to turn. So David asked me to lay on a bench. He asked a number of questions and received answers from my body by pulling on my arm, which in and of itself was fairly strange. He diagnosed that not only was I reacting to grain pollen, flowers, trees, and virtually every other combination of the above out there, which is why my hay fever symptoms lasted so long every year. He also discovered that the issue was caused by the immunizations, MMR immunizations I received as a child, which shocked my body into somewhat of a frenzy, and it never actually recovered from that point, which was very, very interesting. I've had 3 to 4 sessions with David so far, and I can certainly tell you now that I have had an absolutely wonderful summer, enjoying barbecues for the first time without sneezing, coughing, itching, running eyes. It's been an absolutely wonderful experience. I've taken 0 tablets since seeing David. I did go through a fairly horrendous chest infection at the very beginning, which was part and parcel of what David calls a healing crisis, where your body is now trying to realign itself with its new parameters. And since then, I have been 100% good. I've had an odd cough, an odd sneeze here and there, nothing that's lasted more than a minute, but I've been perfectly fine ever since. I have nothing but certain admiration and praise for this treatment, and certainly anyone who is thinking of taking on board what you hear from me today, and certainly taking on board what David has to offer, I would certainly encourage you to do that sooner rather than later. Thank you very much.